Hey everyone, Matt here. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to create some short form content. So short form content is one of the quickest ways to grow a new audience organically, and that's what we're going to do. If you aren't following this series, essentially what I'm doing is starting a $1 million coaching business from absolute scratch, zero following, zero mailing list, minimal capital, and I'm going to take it from ground zero to $1 million in revenue. So what we're doing here is we're going to post daily short form content on all the platforms to grow our audience as quickly as possible. And then once we have a good audience, we're going to do a launch. So we need to first talk about how the algorithm works for short form content. So the number one thing is watch time. So if people are watching your short form content all the way through, that is very good for the algorithm. Even better if they are watching it multiple times over, where like they're so intrigued by your content, they're so curious by it, they need to see it again. So we're going to really optimize for that so that we can really maximize the reach with the algorithm. So like I said, like 80 to 100% completion rate is the most optimal. So what we're going to do is make sure that we keep the reels really engaging and really fun to watch, and make them curiosity driven so that they're much more likely to watch all the way to the end. And I think it's going to be really easy to do with the poker content because people want to see how the hand is completed. People want to see what happens at the end. They're waiting for the river, they're waiting for the showdown. So I think naturally this is a really good niche to do this in. Yeah, clear promise, clear payoff. So like at the beginning, we're going to hook them. We're going to pretty much tell them what's going to happen, kind of give a curiosity-driven hook that really entices people to watch all the way to the end. We already went over replays. So we want this to be shareable. Like people want to share this with their friends. They want to, if they're watching on Instagram, they're putting it on their story because they think it's cool. And we want to make it so that people are much more likely to react to it. And we want content that's also helpful. Like saves is one of the most powerful things for the algorithm in terms of engagement. If people are saving your reels or short form content, and that tells the algorithm, hey, people really value this enough to save it for later and want to rewatch it again and kind of keep it in their archive. So, and the way to get more saves is to make sure that the content is very useful for someone. So like we're going to really optimize to make this educational as well, like kind of a learning tool. Comments. So when people give comments, that helps the algorithm as well. But we want comments that are good. If we're getting one word comments or just an emoji or something, the algorithm isn't really fooled by that. So we want to kind of spark some curiosity. So what I'm planning to do with these reels is asking the viewers questions like, what would you have done in this situation in terms of like the poker videos? What would you have done here? Did I play this right? Like, how would you have done this differently? And we're going to really ask those questions in the short form content to encourage people to comment more and to leave actual like thoughtful, well-written comments. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start editing. So we're going to just do this together. So I uploaded one video already, and then we're just going to edit one in real time. So I use Final Cut for my editing. It's a very user-friendly editing software. I think it's only like $300. So well worth the investment, and you get lifetime access to it once you buy it. So what I want to do first actually is I want to see an example of someone in the poker niche who's already doing this very well. All right, so this is Wolfgang Poker. I actually saw him today at the Venetian in Las Vegas. So I was playing a little bit this evening. 1.68 million subscribers, and you can see his reels get a lot of views. So let's check this out.
You won't believe how I won this poker.
Great hook. You won't believe how I won this poker hand, and it shows what his hand is. So creates curiosity, like you won't believe how I won this. And then now I really want to know how he won this, and it this sucked me in. So he's doing good. And you can see the effects, like
You won't believe how I won this poker hand.
with the kind of the whatever that is, the raise, and then the subtitles that pop out at you,
How I won this.
and the sound effects right at the beginning, like really really well edited to kind of like trigger people's dopamine essentially.
Poker hand.
35.
I make the price of poker $35 to go.
He's adding some humor in there, creates it more engaging, and he also has the visuals here to show how much everyone has bet to make it easier to watch.
This flatfoot thinks he can raise me off this absolute premium. We're going heads up to a flop.
Yeah, it's an humor, and I can tell he's using like an AI, probably 11 Labs to do the voiceovers, or at least his video editor is.
All right, buddy, let's see what you got for me. He doesn't seem too confident with this one. Looks like he wants to play for all of it.
Yeah, it's the sound effects and the special effects make it really fun to watch.
What a coincidence. So do I. Somehow we're way ahead right now.
One time for fame, please, dealer.
Ace high beats king high, ladies and gentlemen. You won't believe.
Yeah. So, and you notice how like everyone is looking for the big reveal at the end, where it's 50 seconds, we're at 40 seconds now, and we're still watching. So this is the 80% mark, and we're still watching. We're still trying to see what happens at the end.
One time for fame, please, dealer.
And you can see like the big reveal. There's only now 3 seconds left in the reel. So he edited this so well, where like the big reveal is literally 3 seconds until the reel is over. So it's like someone essentially watched 95+% of this reel.
Ace high beats king high, ladies and gentlemen.
And then like this is obviously very visually satisfying to see him raking in the chips, like how much he won. And then the reel is like cuts off right there as soon as that climax happened.
You won't.
So very, very well edited. So this is essentially what we're going to model here. So we're going to watch this. So I'm playing 1-3 at Red Rock. Maybe over the river, big payoff, raking in a lot of chips at the end of that. So we're gonna roll with this. All right. So essentially, what happened is there were 4 to a flop. After then there was heads up by the turn, and then the bet big on the river and folded. So what we want to start with is a good hook. So watch me take down a $150 pot, playing 1-3. That's playing 1-3. That's a good hook. Scoop a pot of 150. Cool. So that's pretty much how we narrate it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook this up to AI. I'm going to probably use 11 Labs to kind of create a narration for all of this. All right, so I plugged in the script to 11 Labs. We're going to choose a voice.
Take down a $150 pot playing 1-3. We have queen 9 of spades in the big blind button folds, and we scoop a pot of $150.
Great, awesome. So I'm going to download this. That's a keeper. I'm going to import this into Final Cut. It's so easy. That's way easier than like me grabbing a microphone and setting my gain and all that. So, and what we're going to do essentially is we're going to chop this up and pretty much place it where it needs to go.
Watch me take down a $150 pot playing 1-3.
We got it down to 35 seconds. So there's some choppiness with the audio. We're going to add some fades in there to clean it up. But let's see where we're at so far.
Watch me take down a $150 pot playing 1-3. We have queen 9 of spades in the big blind. Cutoff raises to $15. Button calls I call middle position. Calls, flop. Comes ace, 10, queen with 2 clubs. I hit my queen. I lead out for $20 middle position and cutoff fold. Button calls. Heads up on the turn. Turn is the 8 of hearts. I bet $35. Button calls. River is the jack of clubs. There's 3 clubs on the board. I decide to semi-bluff for $100. Button folds, and we scoop a pot of $150.
Bam. Okay. That flowed pretty well. Something that I think I'm going to keep in mind for the future is I want to keep the camera more still.
Watch me take down a 150.
So, like how Wolfgang did it with his clips, kind of made it a little bit easier to edit. Where like,
What a coincidence.
like he has all the graphics steady because it looks like his camera's on like a tripod or something. Where I have like the glasses, and when the camera's moving around, it's kind of harder to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it kind of look like it's a like you're watching poker on TV, and it has all the different things on it.
Playing 1-3. We have queen.
I want that to
3. We have queen 9 of spades in the big blind. Cutoff raises to $15. Button calls. I call.
see how this all looks now.
Watch me take down a $270 pot playing 1-3. We have queen 9 of spades in the big blind. Cutoff raises to $15. Button calls. I call middle position. Calls. Flop. Comes ace, 10, queen with 2 clubs. I hit my queen. I lead out for $20 middle position and cutoff fold. Button calls. Heads up on the turn. Turn is the 8 of hearts. I bet $35. Button calls. River is the jack of clubs. There's 3 clubs on the board. I decide to semi-bluff for $100. Button folds, and we scoop a pot of $270.
Cool. Awesome. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to add some music. There's a little bit of background music just to kind of keep people's attention, because when there's no...
Watch me take down a $270 pot play.
It's just a little bit flat without any noise in the background. Like just the narration itself is kind of just makes the whole thing flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a jingle we can add in the background.
Take down a $270.
Yeah.
Watch me take down a $270 pot playing 1-3. We have queen 9 of spades in the big blind.
Cool. Now, last thing I want to do is add some sound effects.
Decide to semi-bluff for $100. Button folds, and we scoop a pot of $270.
All right, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to export this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our YouTube channel, and we're going to upload our first reel, which is exciting. $270 pot playing 1-3 hold'em. Say, watch me take down a playing 1-3 no limit Texas holder poker. So what I'm doing essentially is I'm adding these keywords here so to make it easier for the algorithm to know what the video is about. I'm going to create a playlist. So I'm going to say shorts, make that general. I'm also going to say playlist called 1-3 no limit. And this helps the algorithm know what everything's about. Not for kids, we're gambling here. And I'm not going to add tags. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. Category. Let's call this gaming. Language set to English. Set to public. And we're just going to publish it. Boom. And we uploaded our first piece of content, which is so exciting. All right, that's going to be it for this video. You watched me create a short form piece of content completely optimized for the algorithm, especially on YouTube. If you like this video, like and subscribe. This whole series is creating a $1 million coaching business starting from nothing. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.